Very good. Hey guys, we have some really, really cool stuff going on right now. It really is. It's exciting to be. We're going to see the award winners for February, and their numbers are stellar. So what the hell happened? Yeah, we all went to work, but January and February typically, I can show you historical, are bad months for us. But something's happened. When you see these numbers, you're going to be pretty impressed. So let's jump right in.
Go to Megan first.
Oh, Miss Megan. Yeah, you're feeling it too.
Oh yeah, we're feeling it, but it feels good. It feels good. I wanted to thank everybody for hopping on the call on Thursday. We had a lot of attendees, a lot of interaction on it. It was a great call. I'm happy to make you guys, knowledgeable of this FinCEN reporting rule. And if you guys have any questions throughout the process, please give me a call. Let me know. Let's walk through this together. It is new, but we'll be experts on it in no time.
I'll just share something personal. I got a text early this morning. One of my neighbors has been accused of using COVID loan proceeds to qualify for income back in 2019, 2020. So he is now faced with 30 years in federal prison. He lives in Symphony House, yeah. So this is real. This is money laundering. This is doing things with funds you're not supposed to do. So everything about FinCEN is true. And it's not going to affect many of our transactions, but it is going to affect some.
Yes.
So all you guys be as aware of what is affecting us.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's it from me. You guys have a wonderful week. I got to get back to the grind over here and get your files cleared.
Megan, have you had anything come across your desk yet that was a FinCEN problem?
I don't think we've had any that have come across that have been problems. We have quite a bit of files that are subject to FinCEN, but it's pretty easy to have everything completed pretty timely. I know it's going to be like a vacant land. Like it's going to be rare and in between that we've got that issue. But when it comes across, I'm sure it's going to be a big one.
So don't be afraid of it. Just know it's out there. And that's it, right? Awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options. Options give you power.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to be scared about. It's going to be once in a while, but you know more about it than most people do. So thank you.
Absolutely. You are very welcome. You guys have a great week. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay.
It's lagging.
I had the same problem yesterday.
So today's enlightened perspective. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. Pretty simple. You're not always going to want to do it. You're not always going to feel like doing it. You won't always have the energy to do it. You're not always going to feel like it's going to work. You're not always going to want to show up. That's when you're supposed to get up and do it anyway. If you want to live the type of life that nobody else can, you have to do the things that nobody else does. Very, very simple. If you continue doing what you've been doing, you're going to get what you've got. And until you decide that you're going to make some sacrifices, and the sacrifices are really simple most of the times in this business, it's I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of my freedom right now, 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day to increase my contacts so I create new opportunities, new income generating opportunities. Simple, small sacrifices now. Like literally, you really only need to sacrifice 1 hour to 2 hours a day to generate more contacts. You don't feel like doing it. You don't want to do it. And when you wake up tomorrow, you're not going to want to do it then either. But that's when you get up and do it anyway. We start creating the habit and it starts producing the results that you wanted. And all of a sudden now you're where you want to be and doing something different, creating new outcomes.
And then be honest, how do you feel about it when you've done it? You feel like, holy shit, I accomplished something, right? Like personally right now, I have 17 contacts I have to make today. 17. That's a lot. I probably won't make them all because I got lunch appointments and different things. But I know if I make 8 of those 17, I'm probably going to make connections with 4 or 5. And those 4 or 5 are going to give me a bunch of information, right? Which will lead to successful outcomes, I believe. But if I didn't make those calls, what happens? How do I feel if I didn't make those calls today? Down, depressed. I didn't do my job. I feel bad. Then I go tomorrow feeling guilty about what I didn't do yesterday. So isn't it easier just to go do what you're supposed to do today? Right? And that's why I like working off a to-do list.
It's really funny. I was talking to an agent this morning at 8:04 who was making prospecting contacts already and said, I didn't want to do it. But as soon as I did it, I made 2 of them already this morning. I was like, wow, that was pretty, I could do this. I could do this that's pretty easy. And she was calling people she's never called before, calling expired listings, doing something that she's never done before. And it's like, wow, the first 2 contacts weren't that bad. I could do this.
Nice.
Just start today. Start now.
Call us 8:04 a.m. We love it. We're up anyway. All right. All right. Check these numbers out. This is what really impressed me. Sammy sent me this yesterday. Not to mention it's my daughter on the top of the list, but top listing agents. Now my daughter's pregnant. She's going to be ready to have a baby the end of this month, beginning of next month. We don't know when, but it's happening. So she's freaking out because she has all these listings. And guess what's happening to those listings? They're moving. So she's got 7.5 listings, most top listing agent for the whole month. I think having a baby coming motivates you to get some access. Yep. And then Andy Simmons, who's on a cruise again, 6.5 listings for the month. That's big numbers, right? I love it.
Where we talk about make a small sacrifice now so that at some point you can utilize your time better. Do you think Andy's made some small sacrifices over a period of time? So now she was able to take 18 vacations in the last 12 months and still do this level of business because of the sacrifices she's made at one point in time to be able to generate that level of business.
Yeah, and I don't want to make light of anybody else on the list. So Sandy Tams, Carlene Lester, Dick Wilson, Jess Townley, Jesse Griffin, Anthony, Bob Dean, Regina, Hadley, all were top agents within their office for the number of listings they all took. It's just the 2 that stand out are 7.5 and 6.5. So what happens if you take 6.5 listings in a month? Chances are, how many are going to sell? Be honest. 5?
75% of them.
75%
On
at
an
least.
average 20 to 25% cancellation rate. That's just a national average. That's not
Our
what
average is
that's
20% actually.
yeah.
So-
That's not what our listing. That's not what our listing cancellation rate is. But you'll sell 5 to 6 of them.
So we show you this because if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. There we go. Top selling agent. Look at Sandy Tams. She had 8 sales in February. That's more than most agents do in an entire year. Yeah. And she's only 35 years old. Isn't that pretty cool? And then Susan Digman, 6 sales in the month of February, which is like the worst time in the real estate market to be selling houses. And then calling out Crystal Washington, Michael Miguel, Salvet in Miami, Sherilyn, Tammy Johnson, Scott Moon, the Lux Legacy Group, Jamie Brown, Carla Card, Jesse Griffin, Bob Dean, Andy Simmons again on top. Min Tran, who's just amazing. This guy just does transactions like crazy and gets amazing reviews. Jackie Pope, Mr. Evans, top agent in Apollo Beach for sales. Janine Miller in Pensacola, and Jess Townley again, who's just really producing very, very, very well. And then here are closings. This is where the money meets the road, right? Carrie Robbins, BE Tree in Central Florida, 5 closings in the month. What's our average commission, Chris?
$12,000.
$10,000 to $12,000. So that's $60,000 in a month. Does that sound like exciting to anybody? If you annualize that, it becomes real money, right? Diane Krikorian right here in Apollo Beach, 4 closings. Robin Bennett in Sun City, 4 closings. Sharon Wilson, Sebastian's on the list. Good for him. Carla Card, Miguel, Adam Kuchmar, a machine, double centurion. Yvonne Rocca from Longboat Key, Nicola from Sarasota. We covered those 3. Chris and
Sarah.
Sarah, that's right, the name slipped me, are just crushed it over in Needle Rocks Beach. Amber also. All these are tying for the top listings or top closing units in our month. So once again, if they can do it, you can do it. So let's make it happen. And Mr. Reichenbach, we don't show the numbers because sometimes agents get embarrassed when they see the number. But do you think it's a big number or a small number? It's a big number. So Mike brought in the most commissions for the month, along with Brenda Fricks in Apollo Beach, Jesse Griffin in Longboat Key, Sharon Wilson, Carla Card, Stacy Shaw, Lux Legacy Group again, Cody Calvo, Carrie Robbins, Riva, and Miguel again from Miami, just on the list. Do you see something in common? Same names, right? Because you have listings, you get sales, you have closings, you get closings, you get dollars. That's how it all works. So keep running.
Jeff had a Beachmaker update.
Mr. Baggins,
Mr. Beggins, Mr. Reed, everybody
Your
else, good
green shirt
morning.
on.
Hey, I'm
Jeff
not getting
Walton
pinched
wears a
today
blue shirt.
unnecessarily.
It's a joke. It's a joke. You have a blue shirt on, but you're wearing green today. I'm impressed, brother.
That's right. Well, hey, it's you gotta embrace that Irish heritage, you know?
Oh, is that what it is?
That's right. And money, right? And it matches our little logos and everything there. All
There
right,
you go.
so real quick, couple really good updates on this one, and a couple things that affect you guys from your presentation and marketing. This is why I wanted to come on today. Jimmy and I were talking about this one. So your Moxies for the Marriott project, the Marriott Beachmaker, is on your websites. It's one of your projects, um, and you had presentations and everything on there too. And it came to my attention that some of those were just kind of lingering out there. They were old. They're gone, right? So the only thing you have now is your website. And the reason why is because that's the one thing that we maintain like to the second, and that's there. So your website is there, updated videos are on there. Everything's ready for you to share. Share it from your Moxie site so you get the leads and set them up and bring them in. And where we are status wise on the project is really, really exciting. Our last two tenants are leaving the property on the 28th of this month. They're getting booted out. They're moving across the street. So that property is getting all torn down and we are starting the construction process. What we did is we offered 12 final units when we just opened back up sales. And we've got, I believe, about 4 or 5 coming in this week, which is great. Things that are out and people are buying. So you guys have, this is it. This is the last of the pre-construction because once cranes are in and fences are up, it's not pre-construction anymore. It's construction. And so these specials are amazing. So just as a reminder, especially for our Miami guys and everybody around the state, it's going to blow your mind. You can buy a fully furnished beach house, right, for $170,000 down. It's $168,000 down payment. That's all you need for the next 2 years. And with DSCR financing, that's probably all you're ever going to need. So your pitch is to get it out there and start talking to people. If you want to get these, you get half of your commissions when we break ground. So within the next month or so, you'll be getting paid as well. And so push, guys. There's only probably 5 or 6 left. That's it. That's it. And then there'll still be units for sale, but you're not going to have the incentives. The incentives are you're getting a $45,000 furniture package. You're getting the 60-40 split. You're getting the Founders Club. You get to use the amenities even when your room is booked. And you get the Envia Club, which gives you Marriott discounts and food and beverage globally, worldwide as an owner of a Marriott residences. So it's unbelievable. When the buyers see this, they're like, okay, it's the easiest sale you guys are going to do. So just get in front of people. I'll close them. Set me up on a call or a Zoom, and I'll help you guys down. So I do not want co-broke selling these guys. It pisses me off when another broker brings a buyer for the Beachmaker and you guys didn't. So just put it out there. We did everything for you. You got the website on your Moxie. If you don't have it on there, go put it on your site and then share it and post about it. Worst thing's going to happen is nothing, right? The best thing's going to happen is you're going to be known as somebody who has more opportunities for them. So that's the opportunity. Marketing wise, just when we bring that up. Yeah, Chris.
I think there's another cool opportunity too, right? You get 90 days of ownership of your own private condo. How many of us take 90 days of vacation a year? Not me. So Chris, you and I could buy one instead of $168,000. You need 80. I need 80. You can use 45 days. I can use 45 days. They don't have to be the same days, or they could be because we can swap units too. So it's not just a single person that just can buy a unit. So when you put your messaging out there, social media wise, talk about teaming up with somebody else, me and Chris, me and my brother, me and somebody else, we can share it because nobody's going to use 90 days a year. And you get the opportunity. And then the split at 60-40 is insane. What's the split going to be after?
50-50. 50-50.
Yeah, so you get extra
Right now,
spend.
between us girls, we're not allowed to talk about investments at all. But when you go on the website and you look at the PDF and the projections from our management company, which, by the way, if you guys don't know this, our management company is the same management company that manages the Don Cesar, and they are the masters in weddings and food and beverage and banquets, and they're just, I mean, they're the best at it. And they hunted us down and courted us and basically made us kick out our old management company to hire them, and we're very thrilled to be able to do that. So they just know that they're going to book weddings Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, multiples for years to come, and it's just going to drive revenue. It's going to be amazing, right? So that's
And as a participant, you get a percentage of those revenues.
yeah.
So
One other thing, Craig, too, which I want you guys just to be well versed and have, whether it's this or any other investment property, become knowledgeable about, and I'll send this out if you guys want me to, become very knowledgeable about cost segregation, right? And taxable depreciation benefits. Because when smart buyers start having these conversations, and I start having conversations with people that get it, when you do the math on an investment condo or an investment property, that's short-term rentals, that's the key, right? is if Chris goes and buys one of these and he's going to put down his $168,000 down payment, that's it for the next 2 years. When he closes on this unit, he's going to get a taxable benefit of depreciation on that unit, right? Called cost segregation. It's in Trump's bonus depreciation bill this year, right? This is huge, right? It's a huge thing. So I don't know the exact number yet, but from the estimates that people have done already, it's going to equal out at least the down payment, right? So, and what does that mean? So when Chris takes title to this thing at 28, he's going to be able to write off and depreciate the same amount of money he put down on this property. So in essence, he's going to have a free beach house, right? That's going to create income that he can use 90 days. It's fully furnished and completely hands off in the Marriott Autograph Luxury Collection. It's unbelievable. By the time we close this building out, they will not cash flow, right? They're not going to make a bunch of money. It'll be an ego purchase that people just want to have one, just like Miami's and all these other places. You don't go to other vacation markets and get properties that pay for themselves, right? You get ones that offset some expenses, but to find something that actually can pay for itself is ridiculous. So you guys need to push that message out. I want you to get the last few sales on these pre-constructions. And Sarah brought up the point that we're not going to raise prices on our founders. And even though we can per the contract, we're going to lock them in. So as prices go up, which they inevitably will over the next 2 years, when you buy for $837, you're not going to be having to pay the price increases in construction along the way. So there's a million reasons why they're going to say yes. Just get it out there, push it out there, send them to me. I'll help you close them.
Yeah. Do you think there's going to be more or less people looking at it once they start tearing buildings down and putting up construction fences with Beachmaker lettering all around the outside of it? It's going to get way more eyes because right now it's just a sign. And people see this, oh, that's exciting, that's interesting. But then stuff gets torn down. Oh, wow, that's real. I want to know more about that. Right now, they're just like, oh, that'll be cool if, oh, that's cool. It just seems good. Now, all of a sudden, shit's getting torn down. And now they're going to start inquiring. And if you're not one of those people that has them in your database, in your Moxie, you're going to miss out on an opportunity.
That's right. So your website's there. All the leads are going to come to you. I've got a 14-minute presentation that I just recorded, a new one as of last week. Watch it while you're driving. Just put it on there and educate yourself. It shows all the reasons why people are buying it. So push it out there, guys. Let me know how I can help you guys. I just wanted to let you be updated as far as your presentations. It is your website, so push it out there and sell some.
Yeah, so if you've sent any of the Beachmaker presentations that we had built before, those are no longer active. Anybody who clicks on it, it's going to go to a bad gateway. It's going to say it doesn't exist. And if you have the old Beachmaker website because you never updated the Moxie website to the new one that we pushed out, it's going to say the same thing, you know, bad gateway, 404 bad gateway, and it doesn't exist. So make sure you're updated to the newest website. They're all in Moxie. All you have to do is go check your website. If you click on it and it goes to a bad page, then you know you have to go back into Moxie and go into the website section and add the new one. Hide the old one, add the new one.
How you're gonna know, Chris and everybody, is it says Marriott Beachmaker as the new one. The old one just said Beachmaker, right? So if it doesn't say Marriott, it's the wrong one. So that's just your quick little guide to go on your website to find out. All right. Sell. Let me help you.
Are pets allowed?
What's that?
Are pets allowed?
For owners, yes. For guests, no.
So I can bring my horse?
You could bring the horse.
All right. Betty wants to split one, I'll take one.
All right, I heard it. I'll call you later.
He needs to buy a second one just for the dog.
Guys, that really is a unique opportunity. And for you to take your Moxie websites and spread them out, that's all I do all day long. With the Hammock Bay project, I get leads and I go to my website, I copy the link and I send it to them. That's pretty much it. And then I phone and I phone and I phone until they answer the phone. And then I talk to them, I set an appointment, I go show property. Right? But I've got that website to go to and it's mine. It says craigbeggins.com, my number. It's that simple. You have the exact same tool in every one of your processes, whether it's Hammock Bay or whether it's Beachmaker or any other projects we have, right? All right, Stellar is making changes. Gosh, they just keep, everybody's making changes. So public advertising, any advertising or public representation using ranking data from Stellar MLS market reports must clearly state the time period you're bragging about, the property type you're using, the geographic area used, include the required attribution based on the information from Stellar and sourced by the broker's name, broker's office for the period date. Why would they do that?
Because shady people are putting old false information out to try to lure people into making calls or getting information from them.
Right.
You have people who have a professional license who are not acting professionally with their license.
Right. So when Chris shows you every week at the sales meeting, we had 10,000 listings taken this week and 11,000 went under contract. That's stellar information. You can't just publish that anymore. You have to quote the source of the information. So those of you that are doing that, quote the source. Builder, this was interesting. Builder owner name and public remarks, builders' names and seller information are no longer permitted in the public remarks for new construction. The only exception is custom builder architect names for resales where the builder is not a participant. So what does that mean? You can't advertise a Lennar property and say it's a Lennar property because it's not your property. Agent or broker branding, builder or select seller branding, logos, contact informations, commissions or bonuses, any other text or graphics other than seller MLS watermarks. So people are trying to break rules. MLS is catching them and they're breaking the rules. So Sammy, Chris, and Jasmine are aware of all these rules. So if you do it, we're going to catch you and we won't publish it for you. So you're safe, but just know that they're out there and there are shady people doing shady things. Our staff has your back. And the last one is water views from condos, water views from a condominium may be used as the first photo in a listing only when the water view is the predominant focus in the image. The first photo may not be a pool photo. Pools do not qualify as water views, or you got to be clear, right? Or a collage. People in photos, while photos may not feature people, the only exception is an aerial shot of public areas where the people are not identifiable, right? So you can't take a picture of me laying naked by my pool at the condo. I know y'all wanted to do that. Okay, you can't put people if they're identifiable. So there you go. MLS changes. Okay, this is kind of cool because Century 21 is doing things now to include top agents in growth mindedness, right? So once a month, there's going to be a Century 21 top agent mastermind. They sent an email out last week or 2 weeks ago asking you guys, top agents, masters, centurions, above, what day and time is best for you. So there's a 30-second video, skin it real fast. This is Wendy Crane.
Thanks so much for letting us know that you're interested in this year's Top Agent Mastermind. After
Talk a little
analyzing the
faster.
data from the communication we sent out earlier in this month, there was a clear winner on both the day of the week, which was Wednesdays, and the time, which is noon Eastern, that you all would like to get together. So we have went ahead and we've scheduled our very first Top Agent Mastermind for March 25th at noon Eastern Standard Time. We hope that you can block the time in your calendar to come and join us. As promised, the registration link is below this email. We've got a couple of quick questions we're hoping that you can ask to help direct the conversation. The first question is, what is your top agent superpower? Where are you killing it? The second question is, what is your kryptonite? Where do you struggle? And then the third question is really open. We're just looking to know what topics you want to discuss further with your peers. Adam, Cassie, and I are super excited about moderating this mastermind. You can reach out to us directly via email if you have any questions. And again, the registration link is below. We hope to see you on March 25th at noon Eastern. Thanks so much.
I think it's pretty cool. So as a path to centurion, masters and above, once a month, get together with your peers and talk about things that are happening in the industry, right? How many people here are top agents? Would you be interested in attending for 1 hour a month? I think it's worth a good shot. Cool. Next one.
FinCEN's in full force. Paramount Title sent out a link last week or an email last week. It had webinars that were coming up. 2 of them have already passed. There's still one webinar that is coming up on April 16th. And it's just more about FinCEN, just so you can stay top of mind if you're dealing with people who are working with LLCs or any entities like that, buying properties using cash. They're going to want that information from you. There's also some links inside the email to some websites where you can go pull that information. And there's also the attachment in the email if you need quick reminders. Paramount Title is always available for you. Please use them as a resource. If you have any questions, send them an email, pick up the phone and call. They're very responsive and they will let you know exactly what you need, no matter what it is, but especially related to FinCEN now because we have so many changes coming around for that.
Correct. 121 is coming up right around the corner, April 14th. How many people are going 121 in this room? No. We have 34 people coming, which is going to be a good time for all. The big news about 121 this year is what? The merger. We got acquired. So Compass International Holdings is different than Compass Real Estate. Compass Real Estate is like Coldwell Banker. Compass International Holdings owns Compass Real Estate and Anywhere's brands. And Robert Refkin is doing some things that I personally don't like, but it doesn't matter because they're not being forced on us. There's just opportunities. So there's a lot of talk going on. Zillow and Compass had a big lawsuit that got dismissed last week, but Compass is still joining forces with Redfin and Rocket Mortgage, which are going to produce interesting opportunities that I still don't agree with, but we're not forced to use them anyway. So I can't wait to hear more about what's going to happen with Compass International Holdings if they announce us at the convention, which I assure you, we will bring back you full knowledge of that. But it doesn't change anything the way you're doing business right now at all. All right. Or the way we do business. They're not going to force anything on us. You know why they can't? Because we are independently owned and operated franchisees. Compass is a real estate company that owns all their offices, so they can tell them what to do. They can't tell us what to do. So it's going to be a very interesting learning curve for Compass International Holdings to play games with Coldwell Banker, Century 21, ERA, Better Homes and Gardens, who are all independently owned and operated. So I think it's going to be a super fun convention to see.
They've been very clear from the beginning. Century 21 is Century 21. Coldwell Banker is Coldwell Banker. ERA is ERA. Compass is Compass. This just brings everybody together, gives us more leverage, more opportunities, more data, more information, the ability to connect with more agents and control a lot more of the market and the data that goes around there, which is just going to make all of us stronger.
Yep. You know, every day we do a training class. It's there for you. Some of you partake almost every day, which I'm super proud of. But if you miss it, there's an in case you missed it that comes out. Monday was a little tough. It was a dose of reality. I talked about 3 ways to earn business. You can wait for it. Bad idea. You can buy it. Bad idea. Or you can earn it. Right? I got pretty direct on that one. Tuesday, your next levels are in front of you. That's our broker briefing every Tuesday. Wisdom Wednesday, Chris does an amazing job of just pumping you up and making you feel positive and basically unstoppable. Tactical Thursday, Jimmy and Mike typically get into Beggins University and show you all the tools and resources that are available to you. And if you're missing them, go back and watch them.
But this last one was FinCEN. So this past Thursday, if you did
That's
not
right.
watch that, come back and check that recording because everything they talked about in there is available to you.
There you go. And then contract mastery, what I've been doing is breaking the contract down paragraph by paragraph, which is great. So it's a little 30-minute segment. Last week was a little boring. It was a condo rider. That is a big ass rider and condos are complicated. So if you need help with a condo, go back and watch that. Next week or this week, we'll do probably 3 or 4 paragraphs of the different addendums that come through.
Now, every Friday between 10 and 12, we're doing a class as part of a 90-day onboarding for all of our newer agents who have joined us in the last quarter or so. Last week was a goal setting class. This next Friday is going to be the 20th. It'll be people and communication. So we're talking about personality styles, rapport building, how to create better connections with all of your communications. That's going to be this Friday from 10 to 12. That is put out on my Zoom link. It is recorded and it will be logged into the Beggins University.
And it's on your company calendar, which again is info@c21be.com. Add that to your calendar. There's all pop up.
And if you want to brush up on your listing and buyer process, those will be the following 2 Fridays coming up after that. If you're licensed, you got 14 days left to do your 14 hours of continuing education or 15 hours of continuing education and pay your bill to DBPR. It's really simple. You could literally do it in less than 15 minutes. Just go click answer the question, go through and then pay DBPR. But make sure if your license expires the 31st of this month, make sure you get that done. Don't miss out on that. And remember, Showcase, if you're not adding it to your listings, you're missing out. For $150, you get all of these opportunities with all of a Showcase. It gets more exposure to more buyers, to more people that are looking, more saves, more views, more opportunities, more data for you to sell a property. It showcases it, adds your 3D walkthrough to it, showcases all the individual rooms, creates the carousel across the top, and just gives you another marketing piece to be able to communicate well with your sellers.
And look at those stats, up 300% compared to a similar listing, up 175% to similar as likes, and then 32 up 183% for shares.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How would you not want to share that with a seller? And what's your seller going to think about you when you say, look what I did for you? And it's $150.
And when you're doing all of that and you're exposing it to more people than any other listing in the area and you are still not selling, it's all of a sudden not your problem. It's not the market problem. It's not the house because the people are looking at it. It's not the seller. What's the only thing it's going to be? It's the price. So you have more opportunities to be able to share this with your seller and let them know what it is. If you need to sell today, the only thing that needs to change is the price. If you're okay, if you're not the next one to sell, I'm okay with that too. We can let it sit. But if you need to sell and you need to sell now and it hasn't sold, it's the price.
It's not us. We're not going to take that blame. Go back one slide. This is the one that still blows my mind. I talk about it every week. Emails don't get opened, right? Unless they're interesting and compelling. I've got a couple of people I follow. When I get their emails, I open them. Most of the time, I can't wait to delete as fast as possible. The fact that Zillow knows that Chris is looking for a house in Riverview between this age and this size and this price range, he gets an individual email that says, hey, Chris, this house just listed the market. They found 141 people they know that happened to, and 99 of them opened the email.
Then it also does,
That
because
doesn't happen.
I've saved a couple, and like I said, that were my listings. I went on with a different email and did that. I still get emails from a listing that, like, it was a home I bought and I listed and sold. I still get the emails that says, still interested in 33572 or whatever zip code that is. Another property just came up. Here's the most recent listing. So it's continually going and tagging that buyer, trying to bring them back. So it's just trying to get them back to your listings, trying to get them back to that market, trying to keep that and capture that buyer inside of the market.
Blows my mind.
Yep.
It's amazing. And then if you need stats to see where people are looking for houses in Florida, from Florida, right?
This is inside your Zillow listing showcase page where all of your
activity
showcases are. And then over on the left-hand side, there, I can't remember what exactly it says, but it's on the left-hand side. There's a button for your data
It says
over there.
activity.
I believe it should say activity. Yeah. Good. Beggins University update. So if you know Mike and Jimmy, they're constantly adding and shifting and changing and trying to make everything that we have better. They've added a new tool called Blog It. And with the Blog It tool, if you wanted to provide, share, create information, number one, you go into Beggins University, you can do the AI Hub and go to the content generation hub, create some content, go to the blog, put a blog around that same kind of content, put a link inside the content to get them to your blog, which could be on your website. But this will help you create a blog in seconds. You can put it together, tell it all the different topics that you want. Put in your own topic if you would like, what kind of message you want it to be. It gets it ready for SEO ready output, and it'll print out a basic blog for you or a simple blog for you. You can change it, you can edit it, you can remove things, you can add things, you can give it specific information. But if you are someone who likes to communicate with the public via your blog, via your website, via social media, this is a tool that'll help create that content for you. So it's not just a simple social media post. It's something that becomes more SEO optimized to try to drive more traffic to your websites. And what's on your websites? The Beachmaker, Hammock Bay, all of your listings has people engaging with them. So you have more opportunities to capture those leads and capture those people onto your site.
Especially with ChatGPT. Because what does ChatGPT do now? Everything, right? People go there all the time. But what's it searching for? When you type in a question, what does it say? It's thinking, and it's looking for stories or things that are relevant to your question. So that's where this comes in to be a huge benefit. If you are blogging, if you're not blogging, this will do it for you. If you are blogging, your content's going to be more readily seen, which will drive them to your website, which will drive them to your listings and our projects. Make sense?
We also talked about the other tool that's in there, which is the optimization tool. It tells you exactly what you need to do to try and create more activity online using ChatGPT and AI. So basically, if somebody searches with an AI tool, it's looking for specific things. The optimization tool in Beckons University is telling you what those specific things are so you do them. And when you create them and post them and share them, now when somebody searches around those topics, you are more likely to get pulled because you have every single thing that it's looking for, and it pulls your data before somebody else's who just did one thing or didn't do anything. They may be a top agent, but if they're not putting video out, if they're not putting social content out, if they don't have reels, if they don't have a blog, that's what the optimization tool will do. It tells you how to do and what to do to make sure you're the one who shows up, even if there's somebody who does more business than you in that same market, because you're doing all of the tools that make you show up more. A listing doesn't necessarily make them show up more on ChatGPT or any of the AI tools, but all of the content that you create and things that you put out will, and you'll get that information from ChatGPT or any of the AI tools before one of the other agents.
I know it's complicated and we throw a lot at you, right? But it takes a little bit of time. We spend an hour a day, a whole lot of tools, an hour a day learning something new will help you grow immensely, right? And Jimmy does a really, really good job of posting the videos. We always end the slide. Goals are important. The path to Centurion starts at $161,000 in gross income, which will get you invited to that top agent mastermind every month, right? And then from there, we go from Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Centurion, Grand Centurion, Double Centurion, then Grand Centurion. It's a fun place to be.
Cool.
Are we done?
That is it.
7 minutes over, not bad, because Jimmy wasn't here. If Jimmy was here, we'd be 45 minutes over.
As happy Tuesday, happy St. Patrick's Day. If you need anything, we're always available for you. Please reach out.
Yep.